don't, ChatGPT will give you great advice for matters such as that. Let me get the presentation started back up. Sorry to hear your computer crashed. That's always crappy. Is a gap down, pump up considered a red day? Yeah, it's kind of more of like a doji day, right? Kind of indecision, meaning it didn't go up, and then finish in the middle. It went down, back up, and finished in the middle, right? Miguel, good to see you, as always. Someone just popped in. I can't find the waiting room. Where is it? Okay. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the Market Watch Group Weekly Market Wrap. My name is Scott. I will be your host. Good to see you, Keith. Good to see you, Clint. Hello, Sarah Jones. That's a new name. Interestingly, that's my sister-in-law's maiden name, Sarah Jones. Now she's Sarah Watkins. Oh, it should be Karen. Oh, sorry. Karen Drew. Oh, I see it now. And Karen Drew. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. All right. Disclaimers. Education, illustrative purposes only. We're here to learn. We're here to collaborate. We're here to support. We don't give recommendations to buy or sell any financial security or product. Yada, yada. We're not brokers. We're not advisors. Let's talk about the market analysis for today. Let's revisit our posture. Nice and sideways, like we kind of thought. Not really getting much for a bull or a bear. Just kind of a little sideways. I talked about putting on a butterfly, and I was a little hesitant to do so, but I probably should have. I should probably just do the advanced option trades and just let people just jive right in. If you're new, just make sure you paper trade if necessary. Okay. Mindset for trades. Okay, so if you put on a bull and it's not working, but it hasn't gone against you, do you hold? If you put on a bear and it's not working, but it hasn't gone against you, do you hold? If it's gone a little against you, what are you going to do with that? These are the things we're trying to think about is what are you going to do with those trades? Are you going to hold? Are you going to pair down? Are you going to put anything on? What are we looking for next week? What's the opportunity list look like? And lastly, trading plan. We finished section 1. I hope you got your strengths, your weaknesses, mission, vision, commitment, discipline, all of that good stuff, all the personal. Think about this. If it's a business plan, we want to know who's driving the ship. That's important. That's good context for us to have. Oh, Sandy's coming in. Sandy in Australia. Adjusting to the daylight savings still. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hi, Sandy. Good to see you. Glad to see the time change adjustments there. Here we go. What do we know? We gapped down, as Miguel said, and we recovered. All of it? No. Some of it? Yes. S&P down 0.35, Dow 0.24, NASDAQ 0.2, Russell 0.5. Musk surprised all hell. Musk is in a desperate place after that 50% drop. I mean, it drops 50% and you're still the richest man in the world, but yeah. Stocks trim losses as Trump hints at tariff flexibility. See, I feel like that's the wrong way to go. Like, I'm certainly, like, I feel like that's the wrong way to go. Flexibility. That just means you're going to yank it again. Just declare victory. Just call it victory. You won. Anyone who would have believed you will believe you. Right? Anyone who wouldn't have believed you wouldn't believe you either way. So just call it. And be like, yeah, we're done with tariffs because we won. They worked. We accomplished every objective. All I care about is good trading. That's what I want. But this, maybe to me it reeks of a bad bluff. Yeah. Like, now that we're getting hit with everyone else in the world's like, you know what? Our country's fine. Everyone's happy with us pushing back. You're the one taking heat from your country that your stock market's dropping because of you. So I think everyone else is kind of like, you know what? We're all geared up for it. Let's do it. Roll the dice. And now he's like, well, maybe we'll be flexible. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Just declare victory and be done with them so the market can prevail. That's my little tantrum for the day. Small Business Administration to reorganize, cut 2,700 jobs. I'm all for like, let's make our government more efficient. If anyone thinks you could make our government more efficient in 6 weeks, then you didn't understand the assignment, and all you would do is create chaos, which is exactly what happened. Anything else? Am I missing anything in the news? Let's go look at the calendar. We had nothing today. What do we have next week? Nothing Monday, just some S&P data no one cares about. Tuesday, consumer confidence. You can see we were around 105, 107. Now we're down to 98. Now it's heading down to 95. Maybe an uptick in new home sales. Nobody cares about real estate right now. Nothing really Wednesday. Thursday, GDP revision. No one cares. We're looking more at Q1 now. Jobless claims are fine. And then it's on Friday. Friday's important. What happens Friday? Income, spending, PCE, consumer sentiment. Income, spending, PCE, consumer sentiment. A lot of stuff coming out there. And let's just take a quick peek at the Fed watch. So tell me what you're doing today. Are you let's I want to pull up actually before we do the Fed watch. Tell me how everyone's feeling. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling all right? You trading? Okay. Now, also, I'm going to maybe zoom in a click here. Yes, LJ goes feeling good. Only one trade. Uber up miraculously. Love it. Hey, when we're picking discriminately. Oh, look how close this is. Okay. So, if you remember, day trading on the Qs. Craig, love it. Well done, sir. What was your time frame? Clint's doing taxes. Oh, don't bring up taxes. I got my folder out. I've got all my notes on what I need. 30 min. Okay. Everyone's doing taxes. We all got our folders out. We got all the forms we need to get. Need my kids to get me a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so let's talk about this. The four paths. We said A is up here. We know we didn't get A. D was a gap down. We didn't get D. C was a gap down and sideways. We basically got C, but up here, right? It kind of is doing that. So I said that we ended up at a B minus. If you look at where this would be, I'd say that's about 567. 567, and you can see right now we're at 562. So a little bit lower than that. But not by much at all. There's SPY. So we got one up day, then it sank back, then one up day, and now it's kind of sinking back. Okay. Yeah. So what did we say we would do? We would be careful to not tighten up stops or not let the bullish get away from us. So could a bullish trade still potentially have some viability? Yes. Could a bearish trade still potentially have some viability? Yeah. Right. I would say we had a pretty good read. We got this sideways. What's our market gonna do? Is our market posture gonna get better, worse, stay the same? Yeah, this will be an interesting one. Started out at 560. When you say we started, what do you mean? On the 5 paths? On the 4 paths picture? Monday we started a little above 560. 562 maybe. It's about where we are now. So, yeah, I would say this is closest to path B right now. Path B is a hint of bullishness, but still concern either potential direction. Yeah. Let's go through. What will our long-term score do this week? Nothing. It's holding. It's holding on the next level down. I don't see any change there. What will our short-term score likely do? I'm going to say nothing as well. It's going to stay the same for me probably. Not enough to nothing happened bearishly to knock it down again. Right? And interestingly, you could kind of make the argument that this is really what we're kind of seeing here. Now that it's adjusted down, and so as it's adjusted down, we've been subtracting, and now we're seeing it as a 0 or maybe a 0.25, right? Now that it's kind of down in this area. What's our score? Ironically, it is a 0.25. Oh, no, that's not it. It is a 0.25. There it is, 0.25. No change on either of those. Volume, however, could have a change with no increase. Why? Why and how could that be, Scott? Someone is asking as we speak. Well, because when we get this tomorrow, we're going to have this day's going to fall off, this over here on the left. And then we'll just have these 2 littler days and we'll say that that's kind of stale. Right? So I'm going to kind of say, you know what? I'm going to say this is stale. I'm not going to count this. And by the time we get there, we'll say this is our sanity line. It's definitely negative, but is it a negative 0.75? So now if we get rid of all that, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sellers. And then we have 3 buyers, and then we have 1 tie. Yeah, I would say that looks like a minus 0.5, not a minus 0.75, which is what we are now. So organically, even though no new positive volume came, just the old negative volume dropping off is likely to give us a 1/4 of a point back, just a little uptick. Like, hey, okay, stabilizing. Someone said, hey, I saw a number of guys on trading shows say this could be the bottom. And I said, I don't disagree. I just need more evidence of that. I don't want to just say, right? Because so far, I don't have anything on the long term that supports a buying story. I don't have anything on the short term that really supports much of a buying story. I have volume that supports a little bit of a stabilization around that 0 level, but nothing else yet. Major market sector rotation, I don't see them doing much. Let's go look at the VIX and see what it tells us. Okay, sorry. Let me get this moved over. I gotta get rid of something. Okay. I can't find my trading platform. Give me 1 second here. Where is it? There it is. I found it now. Let's get to the VIX. Boom. Oh, that's why. I'm on the wrong chart. I'm disoriented. There we go. Are we out of the woods? This tells me no. Tells me no. Why? Well, if I draw a line across my old highs here, it's got me right in this zone. Right? In this zone, we have this across here. Whoops, I don't want that as a... What the hell? Take this across here, around this 28 level. If on Monday we have another sell day and this thing turns, this is going to turn. We're going to look at this and be like, whoa. Does that, if we think this is going to escalate, here's where we think there might be an escalation. You didn't really have it. You kind of had it back through here. You were concerned and right, yeah, through there. No, through there. Another one right through there. That would be very, very similar. If I come now and I put on the SPY so you can connect those dots, what does that tell us? What happened after each of these? You can see it's not catastrophic, right? But it fell and it fell and it really fell. So we just want to be careful. Whoops, I don't know what I just did. Clear my drawings. All right. What's the score going to be, though? That's a question. That's an excellent question. This last week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We didn't get any new lower lows or any new lower highs because it hasn't turned up yet. It's setting up for a higher low. That is definitely true. It's definitely setting up for a higher low. That's concerning. But we don't have a higher low yet. So I would say 0 change on the VIX. So if anything, what do we think we're going to see? Maybe a 1/4 point uptick on volume. Maybe I think we're going to see it stabilize. I think we're going to see flat. Is there anything that says the buyers are coming in yet? No, not for me. Not for me. I'm open to it. I'm ready for it. I would love next week to see this thing. Maybe it pops up and then it fails in this area. Rolls over and that's a lower high. That's an improvement. I'm all about the market. I want the market to have what it needs to be moving and successful. Yeah. Is there a trade for us today? I don't think so. Right? We said here's what we kind of talked about yesterday to mark us for a trade. We said if it were to break here and do this, we would think this thing was ready to go. And I would think about putting a bullish trade on thinking maybe we make that run now. Nope, we didn't get that. If it rolled over and closed like this, then we might think, oh, this thing is going to turn. But we didn't get that either. Although some might. You can see that, we're kind of in the range where it's just, like Miguel said, it gapped down. And then it ran up and filled the gap. So it's kind of like right back there. What does that mean? It means indecision, like a doji. It means nothing. It gave us nothing. I would say it's more down than anything. So if there's any lean for a trade, I would say the lean is more of a bearish looking trade. Yep, steps down. I agree. Now, here's the thing. What we have here is more buyers than we've had in this period of time. Is it enough? Maybe. Maybe. We had 10%. Everyone talks about corrections. Is there a potential for a self-fulfilled prophecy in that regard from the market? Oh, God, yes, 100%. 100%. So what we're saying is this enough that if this pulls back and sits in this window, I would say this window is probably, that's the low. We want to be above that. So if we're sitting anywhere kind of in this vein and we can stabilize and turn, then that would definitely, even though I'm still neutral, even though my posture is really going to stay the same, that's going to be the kind of thing that would give me what I need to want to put some additional bullish trades on. That's that reversal. There's the consolidation. We got above it. Now it's coming back. Now, if we go all the way back down to 550 or lower, this whole concept is off. It's off. All bets are off. There's nothing there for us. Okay. So yeah, we said if it had, if this was a red candle, if that was the story we had today, we would be most likely building a bearish trade right now, right? And this would have crossed obviously a little bit lower. Rather than a pinch, it's a cross. Well, if. Okay. Let's go through the watch list, though. Apple. Apple is, I tell you, it was looking like it wanted to flag and break. And it's still in the flag. Right? Same thing. You fill this candle in, we're having a different conversation today. But it didn't. So that's not the conversation that we're having. Our conversation now needs to wait till Monday, especially on a Friday. We're not looking to slap a trade on. Don't forget about the April 2nd tariffs. That's right. Or those super unuseful. Here's the sad thing. Take 10 administration officials and say, give me the core reason and objective for these tariffs. And you're going to get 10 different answers. There's no clarity in the messaging, Markets can't deal well with that type of uncertainty, Okay, it is what it is. No good. I closed mine. Yeah. AbbVie, I was trying to take advantage of the healthcare trend, and you can see it just sort of fell. And early this morning, Dunzo Funzo. I don't think many people took that one, to be honest, which I understand if you're not taking many trades to the upside. I'll tell you, healthcare had shown some strength. Not even healthcare's right. There you go. Miguel says it. I was like, healthcare had shown us something. Same with consumer defensive. And then all of a sudden they just sort of shrivel and you're like, huh, well, if that's not defensive, what is defensive? You're like, nothing? Everything? Oh, Jago, you stopped out with me? Okay, you and me. You and me. AEE, same kind of a thing. This one, there's no, there's a funny video. I'd like to find it. We used to have all this like suite of good videos for live presentations. I need to find it, but it was a European commercial. I think maybe IKEA, and it showed a lamp. And, it's showing, it's black and white, and this guy comes in and he has a box, and it's a new lamp. And he unboxes it and he takes it and he plugs it in, and then he takes the old lamp and he throws it away. And then at the end of it, it's raining and they're playing sad music. And it shows this perspective looking up from the street where you can see the old lamp in the trash. And then you can see into the window the new lamp, and the guy, like, he's happy with it. And it seems all sad. And then all of a sudden it stops and it pans in on the guy, and he's like, "What are you sad about? It's just the lamp." Right? That's kind of like how I think we need to be with trades, right? Like, what? You look at that lamp and you're like, that lamp, it's not my style. I don't like that color. I don't like that shape. So anyway, yeah, it was a funny video. You could be like, yeah, no, I thought that wasn't working for sure, Scott. I don't know what you were thinking with that trade. I'd be like, oh, I was just trying to follow my rules. That's all. Okay. Same thing happened to AEE, right? You got what you were looking for over here to kind of get this thing started. When two go the opposite. I know, right? My bull went down, my bear went up. I'm like, what the hell, you guys? Damn this screwy Twilight Zone market. Just sort of floundering, like things that look like they were going to be strong aren't. It's an interesting time. Amazon is still in consolidation. Baba's pulled back. I mean, I still look at that and see a lack of sellers. There's still a possibility for strength. I see Bank of America struggling at the 200. It got a pretty good wave of buying pressure. I still think you could consider like even if it was just like a put to try to test a run down to the old lows, like a double bottom. But I do think that having seen a full 10% correction, we need to start thinking that some of these are going to do something like this, and just if we see a mild pullback next week and then it turns, you got to be ready to trade. Got to be ready to go. 100%. BX still looks kind of bearish to me, like it's not getting up over that. Maybe it needs to come down a bit further. Caterpillar. Nah, flat. Sienna, just kind of lack of buyers. The buyers can't seem to find anything here. I don't think we're out of the woods just yet. CLS is still stuck right there. If you held on to that, I understand. Yes. CME looks great. Looking for a pullback. Bullish trade coming. That's definitely one I would want to trade bullishly. The market has buyers malaise. It has something. It has a few things. Cisco. Yeah, right. Just kind of now we're in some of these little sideways consolidations. Delta does not look great still, but I think you're going to see some sneaky reversals coming. There's the Dow. It's all the way back up. Duke is dropping. Maybe a new utility trade setting up. Fastenal. I don't know what to make of Fastenal, to be fair. Fiserv kind of looks bearish to me, right? Lower low, lower high. Stochastic starting to cross. I just don't have enough market faith in that right now. That's where I am. Flex, yeah, just kind of had a weird candle today. Not sure about that one. Fox, I don't love it. Fox had a big sell-off, small recovery. Yeah, maybe it's a $47.50 stock. Maybe this is the level it wants to get to. So there's a lot of these that all of a sudden we're like, well, is this enough? Is this enough buying? Yeah, clearly it is. This was the consolidation. Am I like bullish now on this? No, but I'm not going to be looking for puts on things like this that might give us one of these where we're like, hey, this thing's ready to go again. Let's see if I go back on this one. I'm going to go back in time. And you can see this was a great move. How did it start? Consolidation. Broke out. New high. Now this took a while. But there's the higher low. Now from that point, this stock went from 200 to 447 in 6 months. Yeah? What had to happen first? Yeah, that's why we're looking for that same kind of a thing where we see the buyers take control, we see the sellers fail. Okay. We could be close. Gilead, I think, still looks bullish. Yeah, that could be a bounce. Gold. Gold is bullish. Google. Nothing. Goldman. It's hard. I still think financials are showing such a weakness. Look at the volume dropping off. Let me get back to my standard 6-month chart here. Look at this volume. There's nothing there. It's pinching. It's just, this is less. There's less here than some of those where you're like, oh yeah, the buyers. So if I saw something like this and then it starts to roll, I think, yeah, you know what? Maybe we're heading back down towards this this area down in here, and I would look for bearish. Robin Hood. Robin Hood. Same kind of a thing, HTHT. Sideways. Oh, where's my charts? HWM. Hard to find something good. Thinking about Bitcoin downward. IBM, nothing really there. ICE, good move. If you got into ICE back in this area, back in here, it made a nice move. It's hitting resistance, pinching on a Friday. This would be the end of that trade for sure. IWM, no. KMB, no. Finally got the Circle app. Now installing Zoom. All right, good. Coke still down. Kroger, baby. Yeah, if Kroger holds and starts to turn, I'm a maybe on something like that. I'm like, maybe. Maybe, baby. MasterCard looks bearish. Meta looks down. Morgan Stanley looks down. Oh, that looks bearish to me too. Again, this could go either way. Could be bullish enough that this happens, or it could come back down. I think, there is definitely some ambiguity to the direction of this market. Not like there's not always, but more so. Microsoft is down. Netflix is iffy. I still have some profit in this one, but I'm feeling like it's not. I'm going to take some off, pare it down, real small gain. I'll carry a little bit more through the weekend, see what happens. I actually ended up glad I did the stock on that one. Nvidia is set in a setup for me, actually. Oops. Consolidation, buyers, sellers. Yeah, I would trade that. Palantir the same. Oh, Palantir is actually trying already, you sons of guns. PM? No, it's that, and this is what we are saying. Like, the defensiveness seems to be losing its steam. Like, where's the defensive momentum? Came in with a huge rush and then just kind of dropped off. Qs? Roblox. Ooh, well now just like that, this thing went from like we couldn't hold the 100 to we've broken the 100 and the 50. That's enough now. Roblox is starting to look good again. Maybe on a pullback, I'd be bullish on that. Reddit, not. Rocket Labs, not. RTX, strong, new high, pulling back. I would trade that bullishly. Anywhere through here, bullish opportunity developing, yes. SE still looks bullish on a bounce, yes. SPY is just like barely holding on to some bullishness here. Toast? No. TPR? No. Tesla? Ooh, look at Tesla today, up 4%. TSM is down. Twilio is down. Bullish dollar index is still pretty low. Visa looks like it's selling off a little bit. Ooh, Visa is kind of showing a little bearishness right there to me. The VIX is flat, hovering on that 20. We'll see what happens there. Walmart. Looks a little weak. Yeah. Honestly, you guys, I think we'll probably end up just like calling it. I'm gonna open it to questions. If you have any trading questions, if you have any specific trades, it's Friday afternoon. We had a sideways market. Uber, yes, sir. I'll pull that up. We had a sideways market this week. SoFi, same. Which again, we said, maybe I will. We said is something we would be looking for actually. Uber looks good. You were able to bounce off those consolidations. For me, it broke this as well. I would actually be thinking, maybe a day or two more before it maybe really starts to hit some resistance. And then on a pullback, a new trade developing right through there. So, all right. I like that. SoFi Financial. I'm going to say the same kind of a thing here. Right now, if you said to me, I'm bearish on this, Scott, I'd be like, okay. It just dropped, made a new low. Buyers are having a hard time getting it back up here. It's in an overbought position. If this rolls over and this thing turns, then I think it might run down to 10 or even lower still, right? Something like that. And I'd say, great, you're probably waiting for some confirmation then. And you'd be like, of course I'm waiting for confirmation, Scott, you bastard. What? Why would you call me that? Yeah, that conversation took a turn. Okay. But if you said, hey, these buyers did a little something here, Scott, I'd be like, oh, I see that. I'd wait for something like this to not come back down here. So a lot of things you'll be able to find. It's like a cloud formation. You're like, you see that alligator? You're like, no, but I see a duck, right? Like, whatever you do, you want to make sure that you have like your rules that say, yes, it's bouncing off of this. I have a stop. I have a target. I have a time frame. I have trade management. So we'll still be fine no matter what. But yeah, if someone said I'm bullish on SoFi, I'd be like, okay. And if someone else said I'm bearish, I'd be like, okay. My job's not to convince one to be the other or vice versa. Great. Make a case. Build a trade. Manage the trade. Execute the trade. You'll be fine. If it quacks like a duck, it might be a bear. That's the market we have. That sounds about right. That is now the title of my book, working title of my book. Sandy might be thinking, are you going to give me credit for that? Of course I am. Thanks. There's your credit. Thanks. It's now mine. I own it. I just trademarked it verbally into the cloud. Sorry, Sandy. We can still be best friends. It's a great title. If it quacks like a duck, it might be a bear. How to trade in any market condition. I mean, it just sounds good. I think people will like it. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. SoFi. What else do we have? Boeing. Let's get Boeing. All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Boeing has got some momentum. There's a V. Okay. Are you in it or thinking about trading it? In. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. I mean, that's a good catch. Like, there was really nothing there. And then all of a sudden it broke, and now it's just moving. So hard. Me personally, now that it made this V and it's this close to the top, I feel like I would wait for a dip. Okay, the stochastics turned on the weekly chart as well. Shabango. Whoops. Oh, yeah. Was there news there? Did they get a new CEO? I saw a special on them where they had like an inbred CEO or something like that. I don't know. Allegedly. I'm like, how? What the? Anyway. New government contract. Got it. Makes sense. All right. Well, good. We finished section 1 this week, you guys, and you should now be on to section 2 starting Sunday. So we finished personal info. You should have your strengths, your weaknesses, your commitment and discipline, your mission statement, your vision statement, all about motivation, all about yourself, everything like that, which will help you set some goals. Next week, we're going to move on to section 2, market forecasting, establishing our routines, our posture, our implications, etc., etc. So, okay. We made it through the week intact. I think we have a good read on where the market is. What are we doing? Not a lot. That's the point. That's on purpose. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you Sunday morning for an hour, as always. And happy trading.